Okay, so before we begin, I just want you to understand what we're working towards here. Last week, we worked on one-step equations. For the next 3 days in class, we're going to be working on two-step equations. So Friday, you had a to-be graded assignment about one-step equations. This coming Wednesday, you're going to have a to-be graded assignment about two-step equations. We will spend Thursday and Friday talking about word problems and how we solve them with one and two-step equations. And then a week from tomorrow, next Tuesday, we'll have a quiz. Okay. So I just want you to understand that that's where we're going. All right. So one-step equations is what we were talking about last week. It took us one step of algebra to get to the answer. Okay. For the next 3 days, we're going to be talking about two-step equations. It's going to take us 2 steps to get to the answer. Okay. Now we're going to break it up into a couple different days. For the first day and a half, I want to focus on problems that look like this right here. Okay. So we are going to have a number multiplied or divided to X. And then after that, we're going to have a number that's either added or subtracted. Okay. And when we solve these multi-step equations, we almost need to do like reverse PEMDAS. Okay. So just like before, you're going to want to locate the variable. Okay. And I think it's going to be helpful for us to like circle it or put a little square around it so we know that that's what we need to get by itself. Okay. Now, if you have something multiplied or divided to X, and then after it, you have something added or subtracted, we're going to have to go in the reverse order. The first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to undo the subtraction or addition. Then our second step is going to be to undo the multiplication or division. Okay, and just like we did last week, we're going to still work on checking our solutions to make sure we got the right answer. Okay, so I know by Friday, some of you were able to just like whip through that worksheet without showing a lot of work, without really caring a whole lot about it. Okay. We're going to need to be a little bit more organized this time. So I really need you to be organized and show your work. I am not a mind reader. Okay. So let's start with number 1. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and find my variable. I'm going to put a little box around it. Okay. Now there are 2 other numbers I see on the left side of my equal sign. Okay. I'm going to draw my fence. Okay, on the left side of our fence, I see a 9 and I see a -2. Okay, would you agree that 9 is closer to A than that -2? Yeah. Okay, so 9 is going to be the last thing that we move because it's closest to A. Okay, so the first thing we need to get rid of is that -2. Okay. So since we are subtracting 2 from 9A, Ryan, what are we going to do to both sides? I disagree. Okay, now we need to undo our subtraction. So since we're undoing subtraction, we are going to add 2 to both sides. Okay. So we have 9A is still there. Our -2 plus 2, those add to 0. I'm not going to write plus 0. Are you okay with that? Okay, Jada, what do we get when we take -65 and we add 2? Do you agree with Jada, -63? No, it's not wrong. I'm just making sure everyone else agrees with you. Do you really? Okay, now we still need to get rid of that 9. Okay, 9 is attached to A through what operation? Okay, so we need to now undo the multiplication by Harper doing what to both sides? If divide, we need to divide both sides by 9. Okay. The 9 divided by 9, those cancel out to be 1. I'm not going to write 1A. I'm just going to write A. And then Eriselyn, we have negative 63 divided by 9. Negative 7. Okay. How do we feel about that? Do you have a question about any of the 2 steps? Okay, maybe put up 2 fingers when you're working with that blister. Okay. Questions about either of those 2 steps? We'll do another problem, but let's go ahead and what are we supposed to do after we get an answer? We need to check it. Okay, so our original equation was 9A minus 2 equals negative 65. Okay, I'm going to suggest, since that 9 and A are being multiplied, I am going to substitute negative 7 in parentheses. Okay. Bennett, what is 9 times negative 7? So we have negative 63 minus 2 equals negative 65. Is that a true statement? Yes, it is. This is so exciting. That works. Okay. That works. All right, let's try number 2. I would ask that you please do not work ahead of me. I am not going to go through number 1, then number 2, then number 3, then number 4. We're going to kind of skip around on this paper, and I don't want you to do something without me giving you the direction to do so. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see, Kinley, what color of pen should I use for this example? Okay, just stick with blue. All right, so I'm going to put a little box. I did. We can do red. So I'm going to put a box around X. Okay. What I want you to notice is that negative 4 is the closest number to X, and it's being multiplied to it. Then after that, there's a plus 7. So Ariana, what is the first thing that we need to undo? Okay, we need to undo our addition. So we are going to subtract 7 from both sides. Okay, so we still have our minus 4x. Our 7 minus 7 is 0. I'm not going to write plus 0. Okay, Bronson, can you help me with 31 minus 7?
That is 24.
Is Bronson correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So now I'm going to rebox my X just for dramatic effect here. I need to get X by itself. Kinley, what operation do we need to undo in our second step? So is negative 4 being multiplied, so we need to divide? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So we need to undo the multiplication by dividing by negative 4 on each side. Corin, what's 24 divided by negative 4? Negative 6? Do we feel okay about our negative 6?
Yes.
Let's check. Hopefully we're right. Negative 4x plus 7 equals 31. So if x is negative 6, when I substitute that in, I'm going to substitute it in parentheses. Okay. And now we have to do our order of operations. So negative 4 times negative 6 a positive 24. Oh my goodness, this is so great. I love getting right answers, don't you? Okay, here's your chance. I would like you and your partner to work together to solve number 5. Number 5, please.
How do you say it? Yes, or do?
Hey, Jada, pick a color.
What color? Teal. Already did.
Well, I asked Jada,
I just gave her a suggestion.
I think we should
Yeah,
do,
Corey.
or one of those.
we should do purple.
Don't do the bike.
Do you and Harper agree on an answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Brady, what was your first step? You subtracted 11 from both sides? Okay, you needed to undo the subtraction by adding 11. That's what you said, right? Okay, so you got 8m equals, oh, Arisa, what do we get on the right side? Oh, did that make you panic?
No.
Sometimes 0 can be a little concerning. Okay, but it's totally fine. Olivia, what is our next step? Okay, we need to undo the multiplication by dividing by 8. What's 0 divided by 8? 0. Cool. It was fun. Okay, so I'm feeling like you're feeling okay. Tyler, is that inaccurate? Okay, Denise is just like totally over it back there. Okay, let's go to number 3 then. Number 3. So Denise, I'll let you pick the color this time. So really any colors. Here's like our basic colors. And then there's also like other ones. What? Like that color? Or how about this lime green right here? That, ooh, that's gonna be bright. Okay. We'll go with it. Okay. Now, this problem looks a little bit different. Raise your hand and tell me how. Thank you for raising your hand, Ryan. Jada. K is being divided by a number instead of multiplied. Okay. We are still going to attack this in the same fashion. 3, since it's being divided, is it closer to K than the 11 that's being subtracted? So reverse PEMDAS, we're going to take care of the subtraction first, then we'll reverse to the division. Okay, so the first thing we need to undo is that subtraction of the 11. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Is it hurting your eyes?
No.
Okay, cool. -5 plus 11. Tyler, what is that? It's 6, okay? So we still have our K divided by 3. -11 plus 11, those cancel out to 0. I'm not gonna write it, okay? Now, 3 is tied to K by division. So we are going to need to undo division by multiplying both sides by that number. So we get K equals 6 times 3, which is, thank you, Ryan, 18. Okay. Why would it be negative 18? Yep. Okay. All right. So let's check. We have K divided by 3 minus 11 equals negative 5. So when I substitute 18 in for K, 18 divided by 3 gives us 6. And when we do 6 minus 11, or if you need to do keep, change, 6 plus a negative 11, we get negative 5. All right, let's do number. How about you do number 6? You and your neighbor do number 6. You guys have the phone done?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You're doing flipping around.
Flip what around?
Like, like a problem with that. It's like, if you don't understand it, no, it'd be like 1 plus. Just like move this over on that side.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, if you don't
Yeah.
like the negative 6 on the left, yeah. Yeah, go for it. Okay, Bennett, tell her. All right, so I wanted to talk about this, yeah. Arislyn had a question. Like, she said, okay, if I don't like the negative 6 being on the left, can I rewrite it to look like this? Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. I have a hard time telling when you're joking, Jada. Okay. It is totally fine to do that, okay? I have no problem with that. All right, so let's talk. Quinlan, what's the first thing we need to do? Okay, we need to undo the addition by subtracting 1 to both sides. Okay, so 1 minus 1 is 0. I'm not going to write 0, and we have n divided by negative 4. Okay, negative 6 minus 1. If you need to keep, change, we have negative 6 plus negative 1. Ready? What is that? Negative 7. Okay. Jada, what's our next step?
-4 times 7.
Okay, since negative 4 is being divided, we need to undo that by taking, by multiplying negative 4 to both sides. So we get n equals 28.
That's correct.
Did you check it, Jada?
No, she did not.
I don't.
Negative 6 equals 1 plus 28 divided by negative 4. 28 divided by negative 4 is a negative 7. 1 plus a negative 7 is totally a negative 6. We are good. All right, we're gonna do two problems together, two more problems together, and then I'll get you started on your homework. Does that work? Cordell's here. Nice to see you. Turn to page 11 and join us, okay? We are gonna do number 4 and number 7 together. So I want you to look at number 4. Good morning.
For me?
Thank you. Okay, so here we have 23 minus 5W. Okay, this minus 5 is attached to W through multiplication. But this is what is weird. Raise your hand if you know how to move 23 to the other side. Jada? Okay. It is correct. I know that there's a minus right here, but this minus is attached to the 5, which is attached to the W. If I want to get rid of this 23, technically it's a positive 23. So if I want to cancel it out, then we need to subtract 23 to both sides. Why am I doing that? Because 23 minus 23 is going to get us 0.
What? Say that again?
23 minus 23 gets us our 0.
Oh.
Okay, and we take down minus 5W. That minus sign is still there. Okay. Oh, golly. Okay, 8 minus 23. Let's do keep, change, change. 8 plus a negative 23. What is it, Tyler? Negative 15. Do we agree with Tyler? Okay, now we're at a point where like, oh, okay, next step isn't so scary. We need to undo our multiplication by dividing by negative 5. So positive 3 equals W. It is a positive. Yeah, if you put W equals 3, it means the same thing. Did you have a question, Kinley? No? Okay, so let's plug 3 in for W. What we have is we have 8 equals 23 minus 5 times 3 is 15. If we take keep, change, change is 23 plus a negative 15 equal to 8. Cool. Okay. So the last problem we're going to do together is number 7. Number 7 is equally as complicated, tricky, whatever word you want to go with there, but doable. Okay, here is our X. Here we have the same thing happening. We have 19 minus 1X. Okay. What number do we need to get over first? The 19 is the furthest away, but Bennett, how are we going to do that? Okay, this is a positive 19. So we need to subtract 19 from both sides. Okay. So 19 minus 19 is 0. I'm not going to write 0. We still have that minus X. If you do not bring that minus down, you are getting the problem wrong. 30 minus 19? 11. Okay. Are we done with the problem? No. Okay. Remember, you had a problem like this on Friday's homework. Remember, there is an invisible 1 attached to any variable that doesn't have a coefficient. So this is like -1x equals 11. And what's in between the -1 and the x? Multiplication. So we need to divide both sides by -1 to get x equals -11. I am going to give you homework. And there is, up here, it says set 1, set 2, set 3. This worksheet is going to be homework over multiple days. And it is important that you only do the problems I tell you to. Do not work ahead. You are only going to do set